Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Alan here. This is the long-awaited Twitter and YouTube comment show that I've been talking to you about in my latest videos that I was putting up. It's going to be recorded every Wednesday night, available for everybody on a Thursday. And basically, it's just going to be 30 minutes or more of just pure Liverpool talk, just between fans, you know. If you want to be involved in next week's show, add your comments down below. And we're just going to talk Liverpool and go over your comments, and I'll add my comments onto it. So if you want to get involved, make sure you comment down below, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter at LFC Redchat, and I'm also on Facebook if you want to look up LFC Redchat on there. And if anybody uses Google Plus, if that takes your fancy, I'm on there as well. You know, plus, I think it must be plus LFC Redchat. Okay, so if you want to get involved, there's 4 ways there for you. Okay, so sit back, get yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee. If you're in the States, you know, a can of juice, whatever you want. And we're just going to go over a whole bunch of comments here. So let's start. So this one came from Cohen Haywood 10. This was on YouTube. So thank you, Cohen, for commenting. This was 6 days ago, so this was way back before we played Stoke. So I think this will be interesting to hear how we were feeling then and what we now know after going undefeated in the last 3 games. I think it'll be interesting. Let's see, the point should have been in the bag. The only outlet we really had was Sterling, who was at least keeping Ludogorets' defence on their toes. As soon as he was taken off from Moreno, I knew that Ludogorets would probably equalise. And if it had gone on for 10 minutes longer, they were more likely would have got a winner against us. If you watched, we'll stop right there. If you watched my review video of Ludogorets, I had very much the same opinions. I sensed a goal was going to be coming in that game, and I really wanted Liverpool just to stomp in their throats and just kill that game off. And unfortunately, it didn't. And we got a point, but we're still in it. So let's keep on going here. Why invite pressure onto an already shaky, low confidence like that? We should have been killing the game off, like I said, against an average team founded only 15 years ago. Not trying to defend a fragile lead. We have had less points than under Hodgson in 2 out of 3 seasons Rodgers has been here. At this stage of the season, our defence have gotten worse under his watch. Expectations has been lowered well and truly. Sad times for LFC. Suarez really masked what was really going on. Cohen also went on to say one more thing. He really wanted to get some stuff off his chest, and that's fantastic. Good on you, because this is what this channel is all about, giving you a platform to get your opinions across. One more thing, I honestly believe that if Rodgers was not so good at talking and spewing rhetoric, the fans would be calling for his head. Hodgson's problem was he was too honest compared to Rodgers, who really has the gullible fans' minds locked as regards real criticism of himself. He has nothing, I repeat, nothing to back up his grand plan. No resume, no experience at winning trophies. Go and Google what the Reading chairman had to say when he had to sack Rodgers. It will give you deja vu. Rodgers seems untouchable. Managers with better resumes and experience have been heavily criticised in the past and sacked. Why is Rodgers different? Because he talks a good game? The buck always stops at the manager. In the past, he explained why Rodgers is different. He brought these players, trains them, picks them, why skirt around the real issue. Now I don't know if that was a direct dig at me, why I'm skirting around the real issue, but I'll give you my honest opinions about Rodgers. I think Rodgers is still there, and he's fair in what he's saying. You know, better managers have been given the boot for far less. But I think it's the way FSG manage the manager position. Okay, as you all know, FSG also own Boston Red Sox over here in the States. If you know I'm a big baseball fan out here. They do not take kindly FSG to a numpty, someone that is blowing smoke up your arse, sort of guy. Hence Bobby Valentine. He came in after Francona, and if I'm talking baseball and you're getting lost, Francona went on and he won 2 World Series with the Red Sox after they had almost not won the World Series for, I think it was verging on 100 years, I think. Okay, so he broke the curse of the Bambino, right? So you could say, you know, what would he be like? I guess when you look back on it, he'll probably be, for Red Sox fans, maybe almost like Bill Shankly or Paisley, really. But next up after him, he stepped down because he felt he had a bad season, felt he wasn't given as much as he could anymore. He was taking the team as far as he could. Bobby Valentine came in. He lasted a year because he was too big-mouthed, arrogant, talking too much, and he was gone. They got rid of him straight away. 1 year, done. Brought on another guy, and he's still there, right? That's how I think FSG operate. I think if they can sense that the guy, Hodgson, isn't going to be up to the task in a couple of years' time, they get rid of him. They don't muck around. So by sticking by Rodgers this long, I think FSG really have faith in him. So I think that's why he's still there. FSG really have some faith in him. Let's see, make sure. Why is Rodgers different? He brought these players. Not completely true. He trains them, definitely true. He picks them, definitely true. I think, as we can see now, sitting here 6 days on, I think he's lost a bit of that stubbornness that he was going with. I think he knows or has a clear idea of his best team now. I think he does. Let's go on to Kieran Slav, S-A-L-V. Kieran answered the trivia question. After every preview video, there's a trivia question after that, and I actually, just thinking about that now, I forgot to put it on the Leicester one. If anybody, no one answered it, so if anybody was wanting to know, it was Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker was the what was it? Famous son of Leicester, who played for Leicester, Tottenham, Everton, and Barcelona. It was Gary Lineker. So there's the trivia question answered for you. If anybody cared, he said I was close in the trivia question then. Haha. Colo and Lucas both played better than Gerrard and Lovren have been all season, though Stevie did play better in a more attacking role, but I feel that maybe he is too far up the pitch at times. That's a fair assessment. I do believe that Colo came into that back four and definitely beefed it up in leadership wise. I think Lucas playing in a natural position for him has definitely upgraded on that position than when Gerrard was playing there. Gerrard further up the pitch has definitely upgraded that area because we're now scoring a lot more goals and at least creating a lot more chances. To say he's maybe a bit too far up the pitch, I don't know if that's completely true, because I think the real role that Stevie's playing in is actually a second striker at times. He is that far up the pitch, almost playing with Lampard at times. He was definitely doing that in the Leicester game. He was definitely a second striker in the Leicester game. So thank you very much, Kieran, for that. Let's see now this one. This is a hard name. Kelly Chi Kalu. And apologies if I've killed that for you. I like BR, but getting annoying, he needs to accept help and change or be sacked. He needs added or new backroom staff with winners to help with tactics, defence and keeper. Also needs help attracting big names to the club, so needs someone to help him with that ASAP. Needs to rest Gerrard ASAP. And hardly use him actually just for off the pitch motivation, so add him to backroom staff and keep him close, but have the balls to drop him, as BR is the boss, not Stevie G, so stop kissing his ass. Drop Stevie G, Mignolet, Johnson, Lovren, add Colo, Lucas and rotate youngsters as and when team. For now should be team for now, as and when. That was it. I thought he was trying to go on and say as and when needed, but as and when. Team for now should be Mignolet, Manquillo, Colo, Sacco, Moreno, Lucas, Shan, Henderson, Sterling, Lallana, Lambert, with Coutinho, Barini, Jones, Skirtle, Markovic, Lovren and Gerrard on the bench. So a lot of points there. Mainly, if I'm picking up on you right, he wants this squad to start rotating a lot more. I have also called for that, for this squad to be rotating a lot more. I don't think you necessarily need to drop Stevie. I think he needs more of a rest, come in and out. I think he needs to be selected more for games instead of just being first name on the team sheet thing. And I think Brendan is a lot of what you brought up here has came up in the media. I think Brendan's came to and try and prove that he's not, under the thumb of Stevie, that he doesn't have, the big number 8 shirt hanging over him and a big dark shadow, that he can actually put him on the bench and change in and out. So I think, 6 days after this comment, I think he is starting to do a lot more for your team. I don't know, Skirtle played pretty well against Leicester, but obviously you would have known this 6 days ago. But yeah, thank you very much for the comments. So here's one: Ghost Recon, Arctic Vent. Y'all have some very interesting names. But Ghost Recon, Arctic Vent, that's a good one. He said, yeah, Sterling needs to work on his crosses. That was in regards to something that I brought up in one of the review videos. I feel sometimes Sterling's final ball is poor. And I think I've hashed that out quite a lot, but I think he needs to work on that. Against Leicester, I thought he did everything that he needed to do, all the simple things right, and I thought he was absolutely fantastic, so good for him. Vahaz Media, keep up the good work, man. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me, it really does. I can't say that enough, because sometimes you do get a lot of good pelters on here, on the social media and stuff, but I really appreciate that when someone says that they enjoy my videos. That's basically what I do it for, is so that you guys get a platform to say what you feel by doing videos like this. It gives me a platform to say what I feel about it, and if you enjoy my videos, I thank you very, very much. I really do. Okay, Jason Tom Hardy. His name isn't Tom, but I messed up in a video for him that I got stuck on being of the Mr. Tom Hardy variety. So Jason Hardy, he loves a good long comment, and I thank him so much for him, because I love to go over his comments, and really he pretty much started what I'm going to do this comments show. So I thank you very much for that, buddy. Okay, so let's get stuck in. 2 days ago, so more recent. Morning, mate. Good vid as always. Thank you very much, sir. I didn't get to watch the match live. So this one, 2 days ago, I don't think it was Leicester. I don't think so. No, it couldn't be. It would have been Stoke. So he's talking about Stoke. Was having a wisdom tooth pulled at the time. Oh shit. So I was in relief to watch Match of the Day that evening. It's hard to tell from the highlights and editing they do, but it sounded like the first half was a non-event against Stoke, pretty much, if you saw it. Wasn't too much to write home about. But hey, at least they weren't all over us. That's fair to say. From what you're saying and what I saw, the team looked more compact, affording Stoke less opportunity to cause problems for our back line. Definitely. With Lucas in there protecting that back line, definitely. I haven't checked the stats, but Mark Hughes' comments after the game were interesting. He basically said that Liverpool didn't deserve the win because we were sitting back and letting Stoke control the game for long periods. Why is that interesting? Because having the majority of possession has often been our undoing in recent months. When you look at who, oh sorry, I thought it was an abbreviation, but it's not. When you look at who actually had the ball, it was our back four and the goalie, and when the forward pass came, we'd lose it, the opposition would break, and our defence would shit itself. Fair enough. To pick Mark Hughes up on his comments there, that had been brought up. And actually, I heard it in the commentary, in the US commentary for the Leicester game as well, saying that Liverpool didn't deserve the win against Stoke. I didn't think that was fair. Because if you want to say that, you can do a whole bunch of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and say, you know, Aston Villa didn't deserve to beat us, Basel didn't deserve to beat us. You can go West Ham didn't deserve to beat us after we shit ourselves with the 3 goals though, but they set it back as well. Let us have the ball. You can look at a whole bunch. Newcastle didn't deserve to beat us. You can look at whole games when Liverpool have been at home or been away and the opposing team have just sat back and let Liverpool pass it about, break on them, score a goal and win the game. You know? So if you're going to say that Liverpool didn't deserve to win the game because they let the other team control, you know, we should be challenging for the title at the moment then, if that's your logic. I didn't, from what I watched the whole game, from what I saw of it, I think Liverpool deserved to win it against Stoke. I really do. Looking back, Liverpool created a few good chances. We took our chance, you know. We scored the goal, and I think we deserved it against a sorry Stoke team. Okay, so he continues. Maybe Rodgers has decided to go back to the successful counter-attacking football we played so often last year. We're not yet a team that will keep the ball and push the possession to the edge of their own box. So for this, for now, is probably how we're going to get the most joy. So against Leicester, were we attacking a counter-attacking football team? Not really, no. I guess not. You had 52% of possession, you had 8% passing accuracy, you had 16 crosses. Everything would point to Liverpool kept the ball well, and we did against Leicester. And really just controlled the game. And we did. We controlled the game against Leicester. It was nice to watch. It wasn't great to watch. Wasn't flashy, but it was nice to watch. So maybe he's not moving towards that at the moment. I agree with you what you said about Johnson. Good commitment for the goal, but the other 89 minutes, same old. He pretty much was, and he pretty much was again against Leicester. You can turn on and off Johnson whenever he feels like it. And to be fair, you can't really blame him because he knows that Liverpool don't want him anymore. You know, imagine going into your work and knowing somebody the manager doesn't want you there. You know, the boss doesn't want you there anymore. You'd be like, fuck this, can't be fucked. So sometimes he turns on and off, and he turns up when he wants to. I don't think we learned anything new the other day. We just need to keep grind out draws in the odd win for a while until confidence and form return across the squad. That's a fair enough comment. But hopefully we'll be doing a lot more of those wins, because we need them in the next 2 matches, Sunderland and Basel. We need them. So thank you very much, Tom, Mr. Jason Hardy. Ashish Tiwari, dude, where are you from? US, and how did you come to follow Liverpool? Interesting question there. I'm actually not from the US. I live in Washington DC, but I'm actually from Scotland. So if you hear a sort of hybrid accent, it's because I used to get really embarrassed when I would have my brogue, and I would go to places and order drinks, and people would look at you all funny, and they wouldn't know what you're saying, and they would, you would say, I used to go to the restaurants and bars and say, can I get a Coke? And I would get the look of it. And they would look at the people I'm sitting with, like, please help me out, what the fuck did he just say? And then I'd be like, Coke. Again, get the fucking look. So I'd be like, Pepsi. Then they would get what I was talking about, and I fucking hate Pepsi. Pepsi is awful. Awful. But yeah. So that was when I used to live back out in West Virginia when I was going to school, but now I live in DC with my wife and my little girl. And how did I come to follow Liverpool? I came to follow Liverpool because my uncle, way back, must have been late 70s, early 80s, he was actually a member of the Liverpool Academy. So my first ever shirt that I got was a Liverpool shirt. It was the 1991 red candy across it with the little checkered parts on it, if you know the one I'm talking about, the little diamonds. That was my very, very first shirt. Very, very first strip. After that, of course, living in Scotland, living near Kilmarnock. My dad was a Kilmarnock fan. I grew up as a Kilmarnock season ticket holder for the SPL team. So I was Kilmarnock first. Well, not first. They're both equal for me, Liverpool and Kilmarnock. Because I have the emotional attachment to Liverpool, and I have the emotional attachment to Kilmarnock as well. So thanks for that question. You get to know a little bit more about me in this video. So thanks a lot, buddy. Ashton Smith. This is talking about Steven Gerrard, and I posted up a video. What kind of contract would you give him? So this was Ashton Smith's comment. Give that boy a 2-year deal now. Stevie is Liverpool. I cannot bear to see him in another kit. He just needs to play in that central attacking midfield role. Even if he only gets 45 minutes or comes on as a super sub in the 60th minute or so. Like you said, Alan, he is a fit lad indeed. And he is. And if you watched my video, and I urge you to go ahead and watch it if you want, I said my heart says 2 years, my head says 1, and a rolling contract for the 1-year deal. So that's where I kind of stand on it. We all know now. I wasn't too sure what the official line was from the club, what the deal actually was, or if it was just speculation. But it is a 1-year deal. He has been offered, and reportedly at less money. It was brought up that Ryan Giggs was offered the same contract on a 1-year rolling deal from since he was in his mid-30s. No, not his mid-30s. Must have been the start of his 30s. So he was still a prominent player then, but he was still on the same money all the way through until he finally retired. On that point, I did think about the Ryan Giggs one. Slightly different though. With Ryan Giggs, he was a player that was easily phased out because he was never the captain of the club. Yes, he was there the whole time, but then you had Gary Neville that was there the whole time. You had Scholes that was there the whole time. So you got a couple other players that had already made that transition into retirement. Decided to hang up the boots before being pushed out. So it's slightly different with the Giggs one. But I think for me, just give him the fucking money. Give him money, and if that's really a problem for Steven Gerrard, with all the money that he probably already has, I don't know. Does he think he's been disrespected by a club that he's played for 16 years? By the offer? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But he was very direct after the Leicester game. If he was going to be asked on any of the questions about the contract, he said, or the interviewer said, "Can I ask you about the new deal?" He said, "No, you can't ask me." And that was it. Perfect. Good for him. Should be all about him. It's up to him and his family. What's the best decision for them? Do they want to stay in Liverpool? Does he want to retire in a Liverpool jersey? Does he want to give it up then? Or does he want to move to, I don't know, the States, or if he wants to Spain, uproot his family, move him about? It's up to him. It's a big decision, like with any of us if we're starting a new job. It would be a huge decision. So he's got a lot to think about. Samuel Haddon, I subscribed and followed you on Twitter at @weird_wave. Go ahead and give him a follow, because I'm trying to follow all my subscribers. So if you want to add a follower onto your Twitter page, go ahead and follow me. Add a comment down to a YouTube video below. Say that you followed me and that you subscribe, and I'll follow you back. Easy way to build your Twitter feed up. You'll get all my stuff. I'll get to see all the stuff that you're writing about Twitter. We'll build a relationship like I have with Ashton Smith and Jason Hardy, the regular lads that are commenting on my videos all the time. You build up a relationship with them just through the comments alone. I know how Jason feels about things. I know how Ashton feels about things. And yeah. So this is the next comment. So that was at weird_wave to follow Samuel Haddon. Make sure you get on that. Hope you made a nice cup of tea, nice cup of coffee. So this is the last YouTube one. I should have made a cup of tea. I've got my cup sitting here. I'm fucking too excited to do the video. It's been sitting here for a while though, so I hope I drank it all the last time. Got myself a Coke down there, but I don't know if I've got any in it. No, empty. Always the way. Absolutely nothing up here. Anyway, the Cop Duo. Go ahead and give them a look on YouTube after my video tonight. They look as if they've been doing it a while ago, and then they're starting it back up. They've got over 1,200, I think. Sorry about the burps for this video. I don't know why, but I've been burping through it, so I'm sorry about that. But it looks like they have about 1,200 subscribers on their channel, so they must be a good watch. I've watched all of their new stuff that they're coming up with, and it looks real good. It's unique. It's what it is. It's different from what I do. It's different from, say, Cop Talk and the Red Men TV for what they do. It's two young Liverpool lads. You know, they did a video that they watched the game. After something happened, they would record what they wanted to say about it, and then start watching the game again and record again and edited it, so it's like you're watching them watching the game. But it's really good, really good. Different is what it is, and it's what you need to be on YouTube if you want to be a success. So very good for them, and they show me a lot of support as well by sharing my videos and everything else. So follow them. They're the exact same on Twitter at Cop Duo, D-U-O, Duo. Awesome result against Leicester. Get in. Hopefully the season is going to get going now. I hope so. Anyway, Gerrard should have a 1-year contract. Then, sorry guys. Then should be allowed to extend it when it expires. If he does leave, he should come back as a member of the staff, possibly something to do with the youth. Be a perfect model for youth players and the youth squad system, and Gerrard will never leave to a Premier League side, probably won't move to another club. He started at Liverpool and will end here. I hope so. I don't want to see him in the MLS. It's too much of a money grab, the MLS. You're almost giving up. You know, Lampard and David Villa, they've given up. They don't want to win anything anymore. They're done. If they wanted to win something, they would have moved to Roma or whatever else. I'm sure they had tons of offers for a little bit less money, but still competitive. You know, still being able to win medals. Over here, you don't have that. You got this stupid fucking playoff system and stuff like that. You know, you're giving up. Fuck it, Henry never won nothing over here. Nothing. He's not on ESPN. He's not on Sports Center. He's not the one changing the game, changing the MLS. You know, you're on a road to nothing over here. You really are, because of this stupid playoff system. DC United won the Eastern Conference, and that's the MLS team I support. Bumped out at the first round, won't get nothing for it. You get a conference title. Big deal. It's like the third tier of the championship, really. Right? So you win the conference title. Who gives a fuck? Someone that's lost 6 more games than you and a negative goal difference or whatever else can get into the playoffs, go on a little bit of a run and end up as a fucking league champion. How does that make fucking sense? Stop trying to Americanise MLS. Make it European. Transfer windows and all the rest of it. Still play in the summer because it would be too hard for them to compete against the NFL, NBA, NHL over the winter time. And the Premier League you'd be competing with as well, La Liga and all the rest of it. But yeah, he would be on a road to nowhere if Gerrard came over here. Total money grab it would be. And I don't think that's what he's about. I think he wants to win. I think he'll stay. I think someone will stay. You know what? You know, saying to his ear, you know, don't have that Premier League medal yet. You can get it. You could get it if you're here. You can't get it if you're in the MLS. It's impossible. Totally impossible. But you could get it if you stick around. So maybe we'll see. Okay, let's get on to the Twitter ones. If any of you want your comments posted onto here from your Twitter, make sure you use the hashtag hashtag LFC Redchat. Okay, and now I'll look them up. I'll add you on, and we'll go from there. So this is all the Twitter comments. So Ross Hard at Ross Hard. No strikers on the bench. What would the move have been if Lambert got injured? So this was December 2nd, so this was the Leicester game. Very interesting point that he comes up with. There were no strikers on the bench. What would happen? I think, for me, and you may think I'm a little bit biased because I really want to see more Markovic, and we haven't seen him since Madrid. I want to see the boy. I would have moved, so heaven forbid, knock on wood, right? Lambert gets injured. He has to go off. I would bring Markovic on. Move Sterling into the central striker position. Gerrard playing just off him. Markovic out left. Right, and that's how I would work around that. So that's what I said to Ross. So thank you very much, Ross. Remember, at Ross Hard. Okay, top red. So this is from Ian Mead. This is only 13 hours ago. Why in the last couple of games has he put Lovren on let me read this. Why has he put Lovren on when we're winning? It confuses the team and where they're playing. Okay, on where they're playing. He has Lovren. I think he has Lovren on just to secure a win. To add another big old forehead that's knocking balls out the box and trying to get rid of it, I think. So I think he's also trying to keep Lovren on side about being dropped out of the team. Try and keep everybody happy and win games at the same time. I think that is why he puts them on, and he goes to this back five of defenders. You can almost go back six if you watch Lucas. He does so well at protecting them guys that he drops back in as well. This is from Taylor T4YLOR_Lynn LYNN. Okay, he says, not a Liverpool fan, that's fine. But I think they should sign another goalkeeper, centre-back and striker. I think they are areas needed strengthened. That's fair enough. You always get a good opinion from someone who's not emotionally attached to the club. So he thinks we need a new goalkeeper, centre-back, striker. I think you have a problem with centre-back position because you have the young Portuguese boy that is doing well at Bordeaux. You have Sacco, Lovren, both 20 million, so that's £40 million worth sitting on your bench. You got Skirtle and you got Kolo Toure that is a leader in that back four. So you got five already, at least. A couple of youngsters coming up and through, training with the first team now as well that are also centre backs. You've got a lot of people there. You would need to get rid of. Oh, there goes my phone. You'll need to get rid of someone first. Thankfully, that was the last one. I've just dropped it. It's alright, it's not cracked. Oh. You need to get rid of someone first before you can bring someone in, I think. And it would have to be Kolo, Sacco, or Skirtle. So, which one of them would you get rid of? How much are you going to get for them to bring in another centre-back? So I think centre-back's probably off. If you watched my Leicester video, you would have seen me suggest Bill Hamid from DC United. He is just won MLS Goalkeeper of the Year over here, and you know Americans can produce a goalkeeper that can use his hands. I go to the DC United games. Commands his box well. Great shot stopper, fantastic shot stopper. Great at positioning himself. He's very, very hard to beat. Now, would he replace Mignolet straight away? No. He does not have the Premier League experience. It's a lot slower over here in the MLS than it is in the Premier League. Like a lot of leagues, it's a lot faster in the Premier League than a lot of leagues. So he doesn't have the experience. Would he be an upgrade on Brad Jones? Definitely. And I think an upgrade on Brad Jones and a little bit of competition for Mignolet and a young goalkeeper to boot, I think you're onto a winner there. I don't think you can go wrong for Bill Hamid. I think you could pick him up for the princely sum of, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 million maybe. And I think it would be a top buy, fantastic buy. So Bill Hamid for me, for the goalkeeper. Not saying I don't think we would replace Mignolet with him, but it would give him competition and someone to fight with. Striker wise, I think you always run into the same problem as you have with the centre backs. On your books you have Origi, you have Balotelli, you have Lambert. All three came in this summer. You also have Sturridge, so that's 4. You also have Barini, who could go in the summer, let's be honest, could go in the summer in January, because they were actively trying to get rid of the boy. But you have them. You also have Aspas, who just scored a hat-trick for Sevilla and beat Robbie Fowler's record of that. I don't know if it would be an official one, because he is a Liverpool player, but he's not playing for Liverpool, so I don't know. But that's his second hat-trick of the year as well, by the way, for Sevilla. So that's 6 goals. I think he has 7 total for Sevilla. So you still have him, right? He's not done, and I know everybody laughs about him for his corners, but come on, get over that. I think that's a bit childish at times, laughing at him for his corners. The boy's out there scoring goals. Okay, he's scoring goals for Sevilla. Up at the top of La Liga at the moment. Not at the very top, but they're up there. So who was that? I had 5 there. You also have... I can never say his name right. He's the Derby County. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ibe. You also have him as well, who looks top class at Derby County at the moment, really helping them out. So you've got a lot of people. You need to shed someone first, and you've really brought in 3 strikers already for last summer. So you get rid of Barini, you still have a lot of strikers there. But if you get rid of Barini, invest a little bit more, bring in someone top class, then you've got a case for them as well. Also another shout out for you, go on your Interbox, your Google box or whatever, your lappy tappy top, type in liverpoolroom.com. Take you through to a very good site that is doing almost everything that you could be doing, interacting with fans and giving you a chance. You have all your news, your articles, you've got your forums, you've got your podcasts that I'm hoping maybe I'll be a part of. Maybe. Hopefully. Make sure you go on there, follow them on Twitter, go on their website, follow them on Facebook, do all the rest of it. They're a great site. They do have member areas as well that you can pay a little bit of money for. That's up to you guys. I don't ever pressure anybody into paying money for anything, because my site, my channel and all the rest of it, all my content will be forever free. And it's only the advertisers that will ever pay me. And at the moment I get like 2 cents per video. If you click on the ads at the start, and if I remember to make sure that the ads come up at the start. But yeah, go on there, check them out. liverpoolroom.com. It's a very good site. Okay guys, what to expect from me in the coming weeks. I'm going to get back on my writing hat. I'm going to put my right hat back on. I'll be popping up on some of the favourite websites that you always like. You know, liverpoolroom.com. I'll try and get on there, see if they'll entertain an article or 2 from me. I'll be on AnfieldHQ.com. Make sure you check them out. Winner of the FBA's new blog. Fantastic site. Really enjoy working with them. They're great people over there. And a couple other ones, a couple of new and up and coming ones that I'm going to try and write for and do my best to help everybody out. Give them some content. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your tea, your coffee, your can of juice or whatever you did while you watched me. Make sure that you comment down below in this video if you want to be included on next Wednesday's show. I'll try and do better with my dry throat. I'll get a glass of water or something and we'll go after it. Upcoming games: Sunderland, Basel, Man United, Arsenal, all in the next week, 2 weeks. Very important games for us. Make sure you get your comments in that. and we'll do this all again next week. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe up above. Like, this is very important. Thumbs up if you like this sort of video. Thumbs down if you didn't. Comments below what I could add to it, what you want me to take out of it, and we'll see how this show goes. Have a good one, guys. Be safe as always. Hope to see you looking at my videos for the Sunderland one that will come up on the 4th going into the 5th of December. You'll be able to see my preview video for that. Get everything you need to know for that. Review video will come up shortly after that. Then into Basel, it's going to be very quick with reviews and everything. A lot of comments that will be added into this sort of video. If you comment on my video, you comment on Twitter using the hashtag LFC Redchat. And like I said, have a good one. Be safe. Be safe out there. Come on, you Reds. Come on. Yes.